kind of at the tip of the spear of this really interesting trend that's happened in which the real political discourse happens in comedy shows. And I say this with some embarrassment as a lifelong journalist. The discussion that ought to be going on around journalistic roundtables is actually going on led by, I'll say like that, a comedian. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's
Yeah, I mean,
embarrassing for
that's-
me as a journalist, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, when people talk about journalism and the media, it must be somewhat frustrating because who's in their head when they're thinking about that? I mean, the media is everything from TMZ to Dexter Filkins risking getting his ass shot off over in Iraq.
Love Dex.
And some of the how many correspondents did we lose in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars? I think it's over 100.
And a lot in Syria
Really
as well.
brave, serious, smart people. That's the media and everything in between, going back to, like I said, TMZ. So I think when we talk about the media or journalists, we kind of have to define who we're talking about, because I can talk about them in glowing terms, and like you, I sometimes want to trash them.
Well,
Because they're different people.
well,
I'm
I'm one of
thinking
them, and have trafficked in both places, actually, having come
Right.
from the New York Times, and now I work in entertainment, and sometimes you're dragged toward the celebrity thing where you don't necessarily want to be if you're a serious journalist. I'm actually talking about Washington journalism, which I've never had anything to do with, really.
Right.
And that's its own club, and it's its own ecosystem, and I think that that's where you particularly have sort of said the emperor has no clothes, right?
Well, I think, the point that a lot of people make in and out of journalism is that they're too close to the politicians, that they don't really go after them because they want access. And so there's a lot of ass-kissing that goes on instead of asking the tough questions. And I would concur. I think that goes on a lot.